Hi, I'm Jesse Marchewka, and I'm here to talk about living with a heart condition that doesn't have a clear course of treatment or defined diagnostic protocols. What happened with my heart nearly killed me, and it happened without warning or prior heart issues. In August 2022, my wife and I were living in Philadelphia, getting ready to move to the Bay Area. It was my last day of work, and we stopped to get some stuff to throw a baby shower for my wife, who was 7 months pregnant. The doctors in the ER said I experienced something what they would call sudden death syndrome. The official diagnosis is Brugada syndrome, and it's an arrhythmic heart disorder that is typically inherited, but no one in my family has ever had any heart issues like this. I was in the hospital and they implanted a cardiac defibrillator into my chest. There were no guarantees given, and I left not knowing if there was a chance that this would happen again. Was I going to be living with fear that this could happen for the rest of my life?
Jesse's story is harrowing, and unfortunately, it's more common than you might think. What should have been a happy time for he and his family was turned completely upside down by a medical crisis. Brugada syndrome is often caused by a problem with a patient's genetics. These cause issues with the way that cells in the heart maintain their rhythm. Multiple scientists funded by the American Heart Association are working on genetic diseases like this. For Jesse and other patients who go through cardiac arrest, the mental toll of not knowing what caused the heart to stop and whether it might happen again is often paralyzing. Getting emotional and mental health support is a critical part of the recovery process, and it's just as important as the physical recovery after an unexpected event like this.
So less than a year later, it did happen again. And I went unconscious. My wife told me I had what looked like a seizure again. Woke up being surrounded by paramedics. Something was clearly not right. This was the second episode in 7 months. A month later, I went unconscious and woke up again with paramedics around me. By now, both my wife and I were beyond scared. Here we are in a new city with a new baby. Was this going to be my life moving forward? The surgery that I had performed is incredibly rare because Brugada is such a new disorder. They don't even have that much information about the long-term outlooks. I was willing to take that chance because I don't want my daughter Layla to have to see me go into cardiac arrest, not knowing when it might happen. So of course, I think about my heart condition all the time, and I do everything I can to make sure I stay on top of it.
Thankfully, Jesse had the option of receiving a specialized treatment, a Brugada syndrome ablation, and hopefully he will not have another episode like this ever again. It's important to realize that genetic testing doesn't always reveal the exact misspelling in a patient's genetic code, often referred to as a variant, that can cause Brugada syndrome and other genetic diseases that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest. Despite this, though, Jesse was able to receive an important and likely successful treatment, and now his family can be screened with the tests that are appropriate to make sure that if they do have Brugada syndrome, they can be treated appropriately as well.
I hope that others living with the heart condition without a cure or proven course of treatment will know that they are not alone and that there are steps you can take to be as proactive as possible when it comes to your health and your family's health. I also want to champion the ongoing research that the Heart Association funds for people in conditions like mine, so that one day I won't be so fearful that the next episode might be one that I don't recover from. I'm hopeful for the day that my wife and child won't be wondering about what if, and instead know for certain that I am going to be just fine.